Welcome! This presentation will cover all of the things you may want to consider in preparation for attending the virtual Graduate Studies Expo.
These are some questions to consider before applying to graduate school. Are you prepared to spend another 1 to 3 years in a program? What are your career goals? Will graduate school help you to achieve those goals? Have you researched what education is required for your desired career? Sometimes a graduate degree is not required, but may help. Are you excited and interested in the subject? Do you have the academic and personal aptitude for graduate school? Are you motivated, dedicated, and a hard worker? Are you going to graduate school because you don't know what else to do? And how will you finance graduate studies? These are difficult questions to consider, but are necessary. While graduate studies is a good option for many people, it is important to consider your goals, aspirations, and personal situation. Many, but not all, master's programs have the option of which path to choose: coursework only or coursework and a thesis, MRP, or practicum. The pathway that you choose depends on your personal aspirations. For instance, are you interested in completing research? Are you interested in pursuing a PhD later on? Choosing an MRP or thesis is probably a good option for strengthening your PhD application because it shows that you have been engaged in research. Are you interested in broadening your knowledge base? Coursework only is a good option. To be clear, there isn't anything wrong with one option over the other. It is simply important to consider what it is that you hope to gain from your graduate studies. The university's website is one of the best resources for finding out more information about their program, requirements, faculty, and funding. Often there are contacts listed, which are also a great resource for more specific information on admissions and program details. Once you have narrowed down some of the programs and schools, check admission requirements and deadlines. What are the admission requirements? Do you meet them? When is the deadline to apply? Some application deadlines vary by institution and program. What is the cost to apply to each institution? Again, this varies, but it's usually around $100 per institution. Now that you have decided that graduate studies is the right path for you, start researching early, probably a year in advance of the application deadline or a year in advance of when you hope to start the program. Here are some resources to assist you in researching graduate programs and schools. These are general requirements for a master's degree. Remember that requirements vary by institution, and by conducting research, like I mentioned in the previous slides, you will know what the exact admission requirements are for your program. Most programs are looking for a minimum GPA of 3.0 or higher. Although some institutions and programs look at cumulative GPA, others look at the last 2 years of full-time studies, and generally grades in core courses matter more than electives. Most institutions report that applicants have significantly higher GPAs than the minimums posted. Graduate programs are often very competitive. Admission requirements and application instructions will differ depending on program, but most will require some of the following: reference letters, a statement of interest, a resume, and sometimes a portfolio or sample of work. Be sure to keep organized and use the application checklist on the institution's website. The average time to compile an application is approximately 3 to 4 months. So ensure that you give yourself enough time to complete the application to the best of your abilities. This time frame excludes the research element, where you are deciding on schools and programs, and also excludes any applications for financial aid. This time frame is for writing your statement of intent, asking for references, and getting others to review your application. Some programs require the completion of tests for admission consideration. These tests assess your academic abilities in items such as verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, and analytical writing. The Virtual Graduate Studies Expo gives you the opportunity to connect with representatives from a broad range of institutions and graduate studies programs. Make the most of this experience. Here are some tips for success. Know what your priorities are. What do you want to get out of this event? Come prepared with questions you have. Keep an open mind. Explore or consider other programs. And ask for contact information and other opportunities to connect with representatives. This presentation was purposefully general. The requirements for each institution and program differ greatly. However, these are general guidelines for what is required in graduate studies and in the application. If you have more specific questions about what graduate studies entails and the application process, or if you would like someone to look over and discuss your application with you, you can make an appointment with an academic pathways advisor. Virtual appointments are available every week and can be booked online. It is important to note that not all programs at a particular institution may be participating in the Graduate Studies Expo. We encourage students to inquire with that particular recruiter as to whether there is a contact with whom they can follow up with for more information. Should you have any questions, please be sure to reach out to our team. You can also follow us on social media to stay informed about what's going on in our department.